Good evening, student. Today will be discussion about NACLs. NACL stands for Networking Access Control List. It is secure layer for your VPC that control traffic in and out of our board subnet. It is an optional layer for VPC. We can network ACL similar to secure group of hours additional layers secure for this. NACLs in access point so many requests to reached on the gateway. NACLs is controls according to reached request on the gateway on routers. When so many requests are reached on simultaneously, NACL controls and all the requests give permission according to FIFO methods. FIFO method, fast in, fast out. Who have give services or who have fast request to server according to networking request, server gives permission, and here is that NACL give permission according to request of access point only. There are different access point or different type of request reached in server. According to reached on server, NACLs also be permission and give permission and granted to different access points. There are some components of NACLs. Such pointers. Rule number means according to numbering request they have give permission different access point. As soon as rule match traffic, suppose in a traffic there in a traffic police they have controls different vehicles. If there is no any traffic police, it is difficult to control all the vehicles. There may be accident can be happen. Here is that in access point NACL control different type of access point. If there is no any NACL, it is difficult to control all the access point. And when they take request, that is the protocol to be used. HTTP is the hypertext transfer protocol. HTTP is also transfer protocol. ICM, SS, there are different protocols. According to protocols, give services by NACLs. Inbound rules, outbound rules. Inbound rules, first NACL search that who have given request, a source of traffic, where or which access point request to services. Outbound destination, where to be reached. This also be control access point. Suppose you have message sent to a PC. So NACL first search out who have sent request, their IP address, according to IP address and whom have requested send a message, source that IP address, source of destination, source who have sent which IP address, which node have sent message and which access point have requested, point out, then send the destination point requesting IP address, then send message. This is also the NACLs. There are two types of NACLs: custom network NACLs, default network ACL. Default network ACL allows all traffic to flow in and out of the subnet, which is associated with it. Each network ACL also includes rules whose rule number associated with determines. If traffic does not match any of the numbers rules, then it is denied. If there is no any matching point, that traffic can be denied. This also rule modified and removes. It is the default network ACL table which is associated. And say 100 share permission have been granted. In custom network ACLs, according to configuration setting of the APL address, that can be get permission, and is user defined network ACL by the default is denied output inbound and outbound traffic until you add rules. This is known as function of net analysis. What is security rules? In add security layer to EC2 instance that control both inbound and outbound. Security level which controls secure according to access point. It controls inbound a source of and destination, that also we control. But in NACL also added additional layer secure associated with subnet that control both inbound and outbound traffic subnet. Combination of the NACL's groups, maximum NACL should be 20, maximum number rule should be 50, and maximum number should group of 5. That also the rules follow in NACLs. NACLs that can be existing for instance. The logic is that here is that 5 is that group exists for instance. What is the group? Multiplication 50 plus what is the rule existing 20? 270 different dual security group of NACLs. And here is that there are two group NACL networking access, subnet 1. Here is that subnet 2. Subnet 1, that secure group instance, there have two instances. They control under secure group. Secure group related with network ACLs. Network ACL control with the router tables, and router table connected with main router which is connected to the internet gateway. Next here is that second group subnet 2 instance, and here is that custom level they are more secure because every instance have security group, but in case of default there are secure group controlled by more than 2 instance, but every instance have secure group. According secure group, NACL have permission, give a permission. A network access point to a router table, router connected with VP virtual gateway. Here is an internet gateway, a virtual gateway connected with the customer. It allows rules by the default on rules and denied item. It support allow denied rules of the default rules by denied rules. Next is the default is that its statusful means that an inchangeable made in bounds of rules will automatically reflect. But in case VP gateway, it is states means of that any changeable made in bounds rules will be reflected. And there third point is that association with EC2. is associated with the subnet. And OR rules are available in case of default gateway. The rules are available in starting the from lowest numbers. Secure group are applied to an instance when specified secure group. NACL was applied automatically to all instances which are associated with it. It is the first layer and defense. It is the second layer of defense. This was a much completed of cloud computing system. Thank you to all.